whom I give a lot of respect, has greatly interfered with the running of the county government of Meru.
Are you saying that your senator, who also happens to be my senator, is behind your problems in Meru?
I think we can play the clip.
Kindly, let's play that clip.
I think it's a yes or no. We don't need to go
Yes.
back to the clip.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Governor, do you think that devolution works in Meru with you as the governor, or the only problem, or not, rather the only solution is for you to vacate your seat and give it to someone else so that we can have peace in Meru? Do you think that there is a working relationship with, especially the County Assembly of Meru, because that is where your focus should be? Do you think there is that working relationship?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The working relationship or the working progress in Meru with the MCAs, I've just said that I started with 1 MCA, then to 9 MCAs, and up to now I have 23 MCAs.
Conclude, Council for Governor. Your time is up.
Thank you. Actually, that was my last question,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Speaker, sir. I thank you so very much. I yield the witness
Council
for cross-examination.
for County Assembly. You may now proceed for cross-examination.
Mr. Speaker, sir, with your kind permission, kindly I beg your indulgence to advise us as to extension of time. We had agreed previously that shall be equality of times, but I leave it to you as we progress. We'll consider.
Just utilize your 20 minutes fast.
Most obliged.
If at the end of the 20 minutes,
I am well
you're
guided.
not done, you know exactly what to do.
I am well guided,
Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Madam Governor, good evening.
Even to you.
The last time you were here, you indicated that you're a victim of misogyny. You remember?
Yes.
Do you still hold that preposition this afternoon?
Yes.
You still hold the position that you're a victim of the gender card?
Yes.
And that it's because of the gender card that you've always been brought before this assembly?
Yes.
Do you reckon that the move of the motion was a woman?
Yes.
Do you reckon that the motion was equally supported by the men and the women of MCAs of the Meru County?
Yes.
And you still hold the preposition that you're a victim of the gender, correct?
A victim.
Should female governors be held to account?
Yes, they should.
Should they be told when they are wrong?
Yes, they should.
Are they bound by the law?
Yes, they are bound.
Are they exempted by any clause that you know of?
No.
And therefore, Madam Governor, when we tell you that you illegally revoked the appointment of Virginia KAWIRA, and that you contravened Section 58, subsection 4, and Section 5, and Section 59A of the County Government Act. Yes?
No.
How is that victimization?
It was not a victim.
How is that victimization? How do we victimize you as a woman when we say you violated Section 58 and Section 59? How do we victimize you as a woman?
I did not violate any section.
Listen to my question. How do we victimize you? I'm not asking whether you violated. I'm asking, how do we victimize you as a woman?
I did not violate.
I know you didn't violate. That's why you're putting a defense. But I'm asking, how do we victimize you? The question is, how have we victimized you?
I did not violate.
That you have said, but the question is, how did we victimize you? Tukisema kwamba umevunja hii sheria na umesema hujavunja, tumekuonea vipi ati kwa sababu wewe ni governor wa mwanamke?
Na kwa sababu sijavunja hii sheria, amjanionea.
Understanding my question?
Yes, I'm understanding.
The question is about victimization. How have we victimized you?
The council has tried to put it in English and Swahili, but it's not syncing well. I wish I could allow Meru, but that language is not allowed here. Now, let me try to assist the witness maybe to understand. If a governor breaches the law and is held to account, if it happens that that governor is a woman, is she being victimized? Because
She's not.
Thank you.
Counsel, have I...
Thank you for the indulgence. I enjoy from the wisdom of having practiced many years of law. Thank you, Senior Counsel. And therefore, you sat through the evidence of one Linda Kiome.
Yes.
You heard that she distanced herself from that particular letter.
Yes.
And you are given leave by the Senate to bring or to produce the original letter, correct?
Yes.
Have you produced it before the Senate this afternoon?
We made the calls.
Have you produced it?
I have not.
Thank you. Who is in custody of that original letter?
I think the office of the legal advisor.
Think or you know, who is in custody of that letter?
Our secretary.
Your
and she
secretary.
says yes.
Is that secretary within your reach?
She's in Meru.
Is she within your reach?
She's within my reach.
Did you communicate to her that it was important to have that particular letter produced before the Senate?
I communicated to her and she said that she had given the letter to the legal team that was preparing.
Oh, so the letter was still within the custody of the legal team.
So that they can have a copy.
Thank you. Have they produced it?
They have produced a copy.
Have they produced the original letter?
No, they have not.
Thank you. How can we tell and how can you dispute the allegation of forgery? How can you distance yourself with the allegation of forgery in that particular letter?
There is no forgery in that
I'm
particular
asking,
letter.
how can you, in the absence of the original letter, how can you distance yourself? May I repeat the question?
Yes.
In the absence of the original letter, how can you distance yourself from that letter?
It has been asked a few hours ago, so, and because it's in Meru, we need to do some arrangement.
You cannot distance yourself from that letter in the absence of the original, correct? You cannot distance yourself from the allegation of forgery in the absence of an original letter.
I can distance myself.
When do you allege that the same was given? When do you allege that the advisory was given? Is it your testimony that was given on the 23rd February 2024?
Yes.
And when did you begin having problems with Linda?
Way back.
Yes, way back. When? Which specific dates?
I don't remember the date.
Do you remember issuing a notice of the intention to terminate her services?
No.
I remind you, Madam Governor, that on the 26th of March 2024, you issued a notice of intention to terminate the services, correct?
Yes.
And therefore, at that particular time, your relationship with Linda had already started going south, correct?
Not completely.
Not completely. Were there functions that you had indicated? Let's look at that letter. You indicate that the reason for the termination is due to her perennial unavailability to offer legal services or legal advice. Then you also say, when the governor raised this concern over the same issue in December, it's an independent letter annexed to the affidavit of Linda, which was filed yesterday.
Yeah, Linda's affidavit is an independent document. It's not contained in any of those volumes, but it was circulated. If you don't have a copy, kindly make available a copy to Honorable Oroba. Is there any other senator who doesn't have a copy of Linda's affidavit?
May we freeze the time?
Can you make available a copy to Senator Mogeni and Senator Oroba, please? Proceed.
You got it?
See it, Council.
That is the annexure indicated as Office of the Governor, a letter dated 26th of March 2024, which is the last page, indicating as notice of intention, indicated as notice of intention to terminate your services. Have you seen it, Madam Governor?
Yes.
Does that letter originate from your office?
From the Chief of Staff.
From the Office of the Governor, correct?
Yes.
And this is an officer who was working under you, correct?
Yes.
And the Chief of Staff works under your instructions, yes?
Yes.
And that she cannot execute any functions without you having indicated or given instruction, correct?
Yes.
And as such, this letter therefore originated pursuant to your instructions, yes?
Yes.
And therefore, you're indicating that you have a problem with Linda due to her perennial unavailability to offer advice, correct?
Very true.
So on this particular day, where was Linda when issuing this advisory?
I don't know.
You do not know.
Yes.
Did you instruct her to issue this advisory?
Who now?
You yourself, did you instruct her to issue this advisory?
Her or he?
Did you instruct Linda to issue the advisory dated the 23rd February?
I called legal advisor, that is leader, and also
So you instructed her, correct?
Governor, it's
I asked
either
for
yes
advisory
or
from
no.
them.
I'm asking a simple question. Did you,
Yes.
you instructed her?
Yes.
What was the mode of communication?
One-on-one.
One-on-one, on that particular day?
Not that particular date.
Yes? When did you seek
Earlier.
when did you seek this advisory?
After maybe 3 days.
When did you seek the advisory?
I can't remember the date.
What had triggered you to seek this advisory? What had preceded the need to seek this advisory?
There was allegation that Virginia KAWIRA is holding 2 positions.
Are you the one who sent out this advisory? Are you the one who called for it?
I called leader and they asked for advisory.
Was the revocation of Linda done pursuant to the provisions of the law?
Yes.
Do you know what the law says in terms of the revocation of a member of a board?
Yes.
You understand that you cannot revoke an appointment of a member of a board without a resolution of the county assembly, correct?
It's not true.
Just show her the law. Show her the law. Read it out for her.
You are talking about leader or Virginia?
Virginia. I'm at Virginia. Would you read section 59A, 58?
58.
5.
The members of the board may only be removed from office, A, on grounds set out for the removal of members of a constitutional commission under Article 25(1) of the Constitution and by a vote of not less than 75%.
A vote of not less than 75%? We have 2 ways of removing person from an office, correct?
I revoked, not removed.
When you revoked, did she leave the office?
She went to court.
I'm asking, when you revoked, assuming that she did not go to court, was she to leave the office?
After revoking, she was not to leave the office.
revoke hiyo barua yake, ulitarajia atarudi katika ofisi yake siku nyingine?
Nilitarajia atachagua kazi moja kati ya kazi mbili ambazo alikuwa anashikilia.
Kwa hivyo haukutarajia kwamba atarudi kwa ile ofisi yake siku nyingine, kweli si kweli?
Nilimpatia achague anarudi kwa ofisi gani.
Nijibu swali langu, nimekuuliza vizuri sana. Ulitarajia kwamba atarudi kwa ile ofisi yake awe CEO wa board tena?
Yes.
Ulitarajia vipi na usha revoke?
Revoking is not dismissing.
I understand English. My question is whether you dismiss, whether you revoke, the ultimate result is that she is going to leave that office. She is going to be removed from that office, correct?
Angetoka kwa hiyo ofisi kama angeacha kazi ambayo alikuwa amenashikilia kwa miaka yote.
The revocation was done pursuant to which law? Which law did you invoke when revoking that appointment?
The law that makes me an appointee.
The laws in Kenya are known. We know all the laws. Which law specifically did you invoke? And perhaps show us from that purported advisory which law was invoked while purporting to revoke. Have a look at that advisory and lead us to the law from that particular lawyer who advised you that a revocation can ensue. Which law did he invoke or did she invoke?
The legal advisor, that is leader, knew the law that
yes, I understand.
She used.
Which law did she invoke in her advisory? Can you see where she's saying, I am relying on the County Government Act?
No.
The last paragraph of that letter. Kindly show the Madam Governor.
This is leader's affidavit.
Madam Governor, be patient, be shown where to read.
Proceed, Counsel. And Senator Roba, you don't shout. If you have not given you any permission to speak, you stay silent.